All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to tackle a huge topic, something that's, one of the most important financial tools you'll ever think about, life insurance. Let's just dive right in.
So let's kick things off with a pretty serious question. Because, honestly, for a lot of people, life insurance can be a trap. There's this one really common but totally avoidable mistake that people make, and it could literally cost your family the future you're working so hard to protect.
So what exactly is this big, costly mistake? Well, it's a trap that so many people fall into, and it all comes down to a basic misunderstanding of what insurance is really all about.
And right here, this is the key. We need a complete mindset shift. See, insurance is not an investment. Its job isn't to make you wealthy. No, its true purpose is way, way more important than that.
Okay, so at its core, the absolute heart of it, life insurance is simply a financial substitute for you. That's it. If you're not there anymore to bring home an income, the payout from the policy is what steps in. It's what lets your family keep living their lives, pay for school, hit all the goals you had planned together.
I absolutely love this way of looking at it. Think about it. Your plan A is everything you're doing to build wealth, right? Your job, your mutual funds, your savings. Life insurance, that's your ultimate plan B. It's this incredible safety net that makes sure your plan A doesn't just go up in smoke if something terrible happens.
Okay, so this is where we get to that critical choice. It's like a fork in the road, and this is exactly where most people take the wrong turn. You'll usually be shown two totally different types of policies. One is called term insurance, and the other is an endowment plan.
So on one hand, you've got term insurance. Its job is simple, it's pure. Its one and only goal is protection. You get a massive amount of cover for a really low price. Then, on the other hand, you have these endowment plans, and they try to be a jack of all trades. They mix a little bit of insurance cover with a pretty low return savings plan.
Now, this is where it gets really eye-opening. Just look at the numbers here. It's crazy. For about, say, 1,500 rupees a month, a term plan can give your family a 1 crore rupees safety net. 1 crore? Now look at the endowment plan. To get just 10 lakhs of cover, you might be shelling out 10,000 rupees a month. Let that sink in. That's 10 times less protection for nearly 7 times the cost. It's just not efficient.
So if mixing insurance and investments is such a bad deal, what's the smart move? What should you be doing instead? Well, this is where this brilliant strategy comes in. It's called the decoupled strategy.
And it is so simple, it's beautiful. It's just 2 steps. First, you secure your foundation. You buy a massive term insurance plan for a tiny cost. Done. Second, you take all that money you saved, the difference between the cheap term plan and that super expensive endowment plan, and you invest it. You put it into real, high-growth things like mutual funds. And here's the result. It's just so much better. By splitting them up, by decoupling, you absolutely crush both goals. Your family gets the huge amount of protection they actually need, and your investments, they get to grow freely without being dragged down by some low-return insurance product. You end up with a much, much bigger pile of money for your future. Okay, so you get the strategy now, right? Separate insurance and investments. But let's get practical. How do you actually do this? Here's a simple checklist, just 4 key questions you need to answer before you sign on that dotted line. So, first things first, before you even start looking at companies or policies, you've got to figure out your number. We're talking about how much money your family would really need if you weren't around. The fancy term for this is your human life value. And listen, forget about just pulling a random number out of thin air, like 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. That's not how it works. There's a really simple and effective rule of thumb that all the pros use. Your life cover should be, at a minimum, 10 to 15 times whatever you earn in a year. Let's put some real numbers to that. Say you earn 10 lakh rupees a year. That means you should be looking for a life insurance policy of at least 1 crore. I know, 1 crore can sound like a huge number, but trust me, there's some very smart and simple math behind it. Here's why that number works so well. The math is actually pretty simple, but it's powerful. If your family gets that 1 crore payout, they can put it in a safe place, like a fixed deposit, that earns maybe 7% a year. Well, 7% of 1 crore is 7 lakh rupees. Boom. That's an annual income that replaces most of your salary. And here's the best part. They can live off that interest without ever having to touch the original 1 crore.
All right, so now you have your magic number. Let's say it's 1 crore. Now comes the next question. How on earth do you choose the right company when there are so many out there? And what are the little details in the policy that you really need to pay attention to?
Okay, listen up, because there are two things here that are absolutely non-negotiable. First, you have to look at something called the Claims Settlement Ratio, or CSR. You only want to deal with companies that have a CSR above 98%. That means they pay their claims, period. Second, you have to be 100% honest on your application form. Don't hide that you smoke, don't hide a health issue. I'm serious, that is the #1 reason claims get denied.
Now, beyond those basics, you can also look at adding some extras called riders. Things like cover for a critical illness, which can make your policy even stronger. Oh, and don't forget about your secret weapon. It's called the free look period. By law, you get 15 to 30 days after you buy the policy to read every single word of the fine print. And if you don't like what you see, you can cancel it and get a full refund. No questions asked.
And that brings us to one last but super important point. You've done all the work, you've got the cover, but how do you make absolutely sure that the money goes to the right people and that it's protected from any problems, like people you owe money to?
Well, the first step is obvious. Make sure your nominee's name is spelled right and is clearly mentioned. But there's an even more powerful trick up your sleeve, especially for married men. You can get your policy under something called the Married Women's Property Act, or the MWP Act. This thing is like a legal fortress around the money. It guarantees that the payout can only go to your wife and kids. No one else, not a bank, not a lender, not another relative, can touch a single rupee of it.
You know, as we wrap this up, let's just take a second to remember why we're even talking about this. Because life insurance, it isn't really for you, the person who passes away. It's for the people who have to keep going. It's for those who are left behind.
So I'll leave you with this one last question to really think about. Are you buying a policy just to save a little bit of tax, or are you buying it to save your family's entire future? The second you start seeing it that way, all that we've talked about today, all the right choices, they just become crystal clear.